And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the grand finals here, Los Grand Finales of the PiGosaur Cup number 37. It's been an intense event already with some crazy results and some crazy upsets, but now we've made it to the grand finals and the 1 and 2 seed of the event have found each other. Of course they have. In this best of 5, and spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the French Terran player, we have the Red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player representing Sidestorm Gaming from the land of Denmark. It is MaxPax. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Coming into this, I do favor Clem coming into this matchup, but as a reminder, this is a rematch of last week's tournament, and MaxPax did defeat Clem 3-2. It went all the way to the ace match, it went all the way to game 5, but MaxPax did still claim that series, so we could see him do it again. Regardless, I mean, the matchup, the score line kind of says something there. We do expect this to be back and forth, right? We expect this to go to a game 4, to go to a game 5. We expect this to be more of a dynamic series, but we'll see as Clem opens up double gas. Ooh, double gas opening here out of Clem and going for a more tech-heavy start. This can lead into Banshee plays, can lead into Reactor Reaper Hellion, can lead into Cyclones, can lead into tanks. This can lead into a variety of different ways. We'll see where Clem takes us. Here we go. How long's the wait for Clem? Waiting for 5 minutes. He's fine, but he's fine. Let's go. So now we do have, again, double gas into a faster factory, delayed TC. This technically can turn into one base solo, and we don't really expect that. But I should also mention something. Welcome one all to Ultra Love. Ultra Love is one of the smaller maps of the map pool, known for aggression, known for all-ins, known for ending the game early or not. What I mean by that is that this map is a map of extremes. Either the game ends early or it does go the distance. There's a very little room for in between, typically at least in TvP. So we'll see where the series does take us. For now, it's going to be a Reactor. Okay, so Reactor into CC on the high ground. We're not going into early Tech Lab, into an early add-on swap. So this can lead into Reactor Reaper Hellion, which I'm not too fond of here on Ultra Love. This is one of the few maps that has a ramp coming into the natural, so it can be difficult to be too aggressive with Reaper Hellion in the early game. Instead, Starport is on the way. It looks like Reactor Marine, not Reaper. Yeah, wouldn't mind drop. Okay, so we're opening up with a mine drop here. Opening up with some drop play. Reaper does get across the map. And what I'm most curious by is how many Widow Mines and what we go for after the initial mine drop opener. Let's go. Let's go. So Widow Mine does burrow. Reaper into the natural. And the hallucination does confirm the setup, does confirm the lack of tech labs, and is now aware of the mine drop. So MaxPax, he knows. Behind this, we have extra gateways on the way. So far, 2 gate opener, 2 gateway setup here, third gateways on the way as well for MaxPax. Again, 2 gate openers are a rare sight. We have a safer setup here from MaxPax instead, going for a delayed expansion for faster and more stalkers. Ooh, hallucination does try to confirm the add-on swap. Does get eyes on the move out. Does get eyes on the drop. MaxPax, he will shadow this medevac. Likewise, behind this, add-on swap into what? Into Cloak Banshee. Now, this is dangerous. Unfortunately, MaxPax, remember, he chose not to rescout. He chose to chase the medevac instead, so he doesn't know. MaxPax, for the time being, is unaware as to what's going on. Drop into the main. MaxPax trying to keep up. Widowmine will try to zone. Workers are being focused down. Widowmine will zone away the Stalkers. Ooh, does connect. Stalker goes down. Massive pickup. Takes down the Stalker. 4 probe kills already. Getting 5, 6. Oh my god. This is getting at hand. 6 probes do fall. And behind this, remember, there is no rescout. Not yet. So far, he does not know that Banshees are amassing. So a strong start out of Clem. As you saw when it came to that drop play, the Widowmine was not meant to get worker damage. As you saw, it was meant to zone away the Stalkers. And the Marines, they focus on as many probes as they can. And they're still alive. They're still in between the bases. Banshee moves out. Robo just now begins. So late Robo, late detection, late observer. This is a Robo after the third. So greedy build here from MaxPax. or greedy follow-up. Hallucination, he knows, he sees. Yeah, he does see the tech, he's aware of the Cloak Banshee. Now he knows, but he can't do anything about it. Like, what can he do? I mean, thankfully, Shield Battery, okay. Shield Battery's in position, bleeds out one probe. No Shield Battery in the main. Yeah, the main base is exposed. Clem does find it. And that's going to be even more damage. Yeah, 3, 4, 5. We can keep going. Can't keep going. Just now the Observer begins. The Banshee about to run out of energy. Does pull away. Does pull away. And MaxPax has had a really rough start here. 10 probe kills. Lost mining time. And I believe there's a second Banshee on the way. The second Banshee has arrived. 2 Banshees that can one-shot workers. So even if there's a shield battery, it will not matter. And we'll see if MaxPax can stabilize, as it's been a shaky start. Back at home, we're building up. Stim is on the way, +1 as well. Getting into zone at 3-1-1 setup. Third TC, so Clem is not going for an all-in. He is expanding. He is taking a third. And Clem, you can just chill. Can just calm down. Banshees are moving out once again. Skirting around the right-hand side. Towards the main. There is an observer in position, so MaxPax, he's more or less prepared back at home. So you can see here, Stalkers at the third, and a handful in the main. So he's going to be okay. It's well set up. Banshees, they dip in. Here comes the main move out, and this is a distraction. MaxPax, he sees. Does he? Ooh, taking a lot of hits though. One of the Stalkers almost goes down. Oh, the juggling! Jesus! Clem, calm down. Banshees, they hit the main. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 probe kills already, and the Banshees, they will escape. Yeah, they will get away. They will escape. Main army does push forward. Oh no! MaxPax inattentive. Yeah, a bit of miscontrol. 3 Stalkers go down. Brutal losses here, and MaxPax, he is in trouble. He is up against the wall. Immortals on the way. Tanks do siege. Zealots, they try to come in from behind. Force fields, oh, they're okay. They're not ideal. Army does pull back. And MaxPax just being pulled apart. And again, it all began with the first drop. And of course with the Banshee follow-up. It was just a late scout out of MaxPax. It was a greedy response as well, a greedy follow-up. As a reminder, he did delay his robo intentionally so to get a faster third. It was not worth it. And with that, Clem, he stims in for the kill. He stims and he wins. Snowballs out of control, takes down the main army. Does force his way into the main. Zelset trickling in. More reinforcements have arrived. And GG. GG gets called. Clem takes game number 1. Whew, GG. Clem, he does take the first game here. Again, a very powerful start at Clem. Unfortunately, MaxPax, again, he did miss the initial Banshee setup. He struggled to defend against the first drop as well. He lost too many workers. And again, he wasn't ready for the Banshees either. And it just all snowballed from there. It led into the eventual end of the game there, where Clem just pulled MaxPax apart. Once again, followed up with more Banshee harass. And GG. GG, well played. We'll see if MaxPax can tighten up his play. We'll see if he plays safer or if he still tries to cut those corners. Cutting corners is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing in StarCraft. Of course, if you can get away with it, it's worth it. But it's whether or not you can get away with it, right? It's whether or not you're safe to do so here. The big kind of move here, the big deciding factor, one of them, I should say, is just a lack of scouting of that Banshee. You can get away with delaying your robo in that kind of position, but if you remember, the shield battery was late. There was a shield battery at the natural, which was perfectly fine, but there was a late shield battery in the main base, so the Banshee still found more damage. But here we go. We're getting into our next game. We're going to be loading into ley lines. Let's go. Let us go. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of ley lines, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming down in the series, but of course it's best of 5. Plenty of games ahead of us, plenty of games to recover and to bounce back, and to make a series out of this, it is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the French Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Let's go. Let us go. And again, if there's an opening, if there's a weak point in your defense, in your build, then Clem, he will punish it. We saw that come into full effect in that last game. And we'll see how our players do adjust. We'll see how we do shake things up. Now, I don't expect to see the same build from Clem. Again, Terran players typically have a lot of diverse builds available to them, so we typically see one build once a series. So remember last game, it was a Mind Drop into Cloak Banshee, into the eventual move outs. Here this time, we're expecting something different. We might even go for earlier Cyclones, could open up Tank Drop instead. We could go for a more committed Cloak Banshee builds. We'll see. Or even Reactor Reaper Hellion. As it is going to be a double gas. Once again, double gas opener out of Clem. Once again, going for a faster factory. Going for a delayed CC. Here we go. Last game it was Rex, Reaper into Reactor into Factory. To Mind Drop. We'll see what he goes for after the first Reaper. We shall see. As a reminder, MaxPax last game, he went for a 3-gate Blink opener. He went 3-gate Blink into a third base before the Robo. He could go for a safer build this time. Could go for a faster Robo instead and faster gases. Both players have options. So far, Reaper into Reactor. So far, the same setup. CC on the high ground. Reaper moves out. And we're waiting for that Widow Mine. Oh, never mind. Okay, so it's going to be Reactor Marine. This time, no mine. This time, going straight for the Tech Lab. So faster Tech Lab here out of Clem. No mine drop, not this time. This can lead into early Cyclone. It can lead into early Tank as well, so we have options. Tech Lab is done. And does open Cyclone. Okay, so this is going to be a safer setup here. With the Cyclone, it does mean that we can defend early on against the early Adept and Stalker aggression. Medevac is on the way. We'll see what Clem can get done. Now, because of the earlier Tech Lab, because of the earlier Cyclone, we can go from here into an extra Cyclone. We can go for an early Tank. We can go for an add-on swap, a faster swap into Banshee. Cyclone is revealed. MaxPax knows. He throws down extra gateways, so 3-gate Blink. And he's going for the tank. Oh my god, so really fast tank production here out of Clem. He does not add on swap into Banshee play. Building up his tanks and getting ready for an earlier move out. So tanks are amassing faster than normal. Faster than last game. Clem does boost in. Gets highs on the third. He shouldn't force a cancel. I mean, that's a lot of DPS. No shot. Stalker gets turned away. The base is taking a lot of hits. Okay, yeah, we have 4 Stalkers. We're okay. We have 4 Stalkers. MaxPax, he should be able to hold on. He should be able to deflect. Takes down the Marines and does defend. Does defend. He does hold. Now, this base is taking a lot of damage, and do you see what we're doing? We're rallying. We're just rallying immediately across the map with those tanks. Remember, it was early tank production, and Clem is going for... This is even more aggressive than like a Beyond move out. Ooh, Medevac takes the volley. And the goal here is to break the third, but he's bleeding out a lot of Marines. Yeah, missed rally there from Clem. Ideally wants to try to bait the army out. Remember, MaxPax, he hasn't seen the follow-up. Not completely. Yeah, here comes Hallucination. Needs to confirm. He is moving out. I don't think Clem can push in. Like, there's just too many Stalkers. There's so many Stalkers. Shield batteries on the way as well. There's going to be a force field. The Raven can add some complexity here. He can, of course, auto turret. He can throw down the turret and set up for the siege. And here comes Clem. Again, I'm not completely convinced by this. Like, MaxPax, he's been warping in. He's not been skipping. He's been warping in Stalkers. Dies on the first tank. And the tank does go down. Gets one. Takes down a tank for Stalker. Better trade for MaxPax, and Clem has to get out of here. Yeah, Clem, he's been deflected. Clem has to retreat. He's not going to. I mean, if he tries to get away, he's going to be shut down. And Clem, he will lose everything here. The Marines, the tanks, the everything. Raven survives, only the Raven, and Clem, he's in the gutter here. When it comes to his army, like, he has almost nothing left. MaxPax, he can push, and he can end the game with this counterattack. Again, MaxPax playing very safely here. Didn't skip Warpins. Massed out more Stalkers. He had the high grounds. And he did punish the aggression of Clem. And with that, we have a series. We're going to tie things up here. The boys are being pulled. We pull the boys. More SCV is going to be going down. The Immortal has arrived. GG gets called, and MaxPax ties up the series 1-1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, Clem, he was bleeding out a lot of Marines in the lead up to that tank push, and at a certain point he had to recognize just how many Stalkers there were and that tank push would not work. There was just too much of a defensive setup. Likewise, MaxPax, he had control of the high ground as well. If Clem had sniped like a Stalker here or there early on, then maybe, but he didn't. The Stalker count built up over time. MaxPax holds. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into our next game. We're going to be loading into Game 3. And once again, we're expecting a different build out of Clem. Game 1, Mine Drop into Banshee. Game 2, Cyclone into early tank push. Game 3, what's it going to be? We're loading into Torches. Torches is a much smaller map in the map pool. Torches has a shorter rush distance by ground. All-ins are favored on this map, so we're expecting aggression out of our players. Out of Clem. We're expecting aggression here. And here we go, spawning in the top right-hand corner of Torches. We have the Danish Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss tying up the series 1-1 and making a series out of this. In the specified representing Sidestorm Gaming, it is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, or bottom right-hand corner, we have the French Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing Team Liquid, being forced into a tied series. We'll see what other aggressive build he has up his sleeve. It is a Clem. Go. Last game, Clem, he was just trying to brute force the issue at the third base, but alas, MaxPax, he was well set up for it. He did preserve his units over time. He was ready with the shield battery, ready with the sentry, ready with the force fields, just all over Clem. And do we open up double gas once again? I imagine we will. Yep, double gas. So double gas opener out of Clem. What haven't we seen yet? I'm not too fond of Reactor Reaper Hellion on this map. The reason for this is because there's no Reaper Cliff into the main. You have to go through the natural to get it, to gain access to the main base. So that is less effective. The rush distance by air is very short. So because that Banshee play is quite common. Banshee play is quite common here on Torches to get across the map as quickly as possible. Because Banshee play is common, Stargate openers have also been seen a little bit more here on Torches as well. So that is going to be a viable option for MaxPax. So we'll see if he does open Stargates. You know, do we mind game each other? For now, again, double gas, faster factory. We'll keep an eye on the add-ons. We are setting up. There we go, Reaper once again into Reactor. Into Reactor Marine, most likely. And do we go for the Tech Lab? Do we go for the Widowmine? It's gotta be Tech Lab. Gotta be. Reaper's deflected. The Reaper's going to be shut down. Not bad. Yeah, the Reaper doesn't scout anything, and there it is, Stargate opener. As we mentioned in the lead up to this game, the reason why we brought up Banshee play and Stargate play is because it's very common. Ooh, it's going to be Reactor Reaper Hellion. Okay, there's a lot going on here. First things first, I'm pretty sure this Stargate opener is designed to try to hard counter something more, or to hard counter Banshee play from the side of Clem. We'll see if Clem does take the bait and does go for that. Starport's going to be on the way. But now we do have Reactor Reaper Hellion, and I'm a little bit less convinced that this is going to get much damage done. We'll see how many Reapers and Hellions we commit into. Do we go up to 3? Do we go up to 5? Adepts, they have arrived. They take over control of the natural. They deny the SEV. They focus on the Hellion. Nice pickup. Hellion goes down. Ooh, going for the Reaper as well. Doesn't quite get it. Adept shades in. The Adept does get a full scout. Sees everything. No add-ons. Gets 2 SEVs. Ay, ay, ay. And a strong start here from MaxPax. And what's important is that Clem never saw the Stargate, so he has no idea to try to shut it down. He has no idea he needs Cyclones, he needs Vikings, he needs Marines. He's going for what looks to be a mine drop. And MaxPax, he will get away with the Stargate opener. Like, Stargate openers, they are vulnerable against all-ins, against 2-base all-ins, but they're fine against drop play. Perfectly fine. They excel even. Because these are designed to try to catch at the medevac and shut it down. And remember, Clem, he hasn't seen the tech, he hasn't seen the Phoenix. He has no idea. Clem has no idea. So it's going to be a mine jump into add-on swap as he moves out. Phoenixes, they do catch the medevac a little bit early, so we're able to respond in time. This also means this add-on swap, I'm pretty sure, wanted to go into Banshee play, but now, yep, forced to make a Viking. But I do feel like MaxPax showed his hand a little bit early. I think he could have lured out his opponent a little bit more and engaged on his side of the map instead, and maybe even baited out something like Banshee play. So it does feel a little bit premature here from MaxPax. It does at least deny the drop. Behind this, going into macro accelerators, going into cycling. But so far, MaxPax is looking solid. I do think we could have taken advantage of the build a little bit more here, but overall, still fine. Behind this Twilight Council, this should be in towards charge. Typically, you don't go Phoenix into Blink. Go one or the other, typically. As there's a CC on the high ground, so Clem is going for the expansion. There's our charge on the way, as we did mention. And I am favoring MaxPax. I mean, MaxPax, he's upper base, he's saturating. His economy is looking solid. Getting to +1, getting to charge. The opener of Clem has fallen on its face. Even forcing a bit of friendly fire. Oh, buenos días. Canoya. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hellion does break in. From here, Clem trying to build up. Remember, he's not going for the all-in, so he's going to be slowly expanding, taking a third base. This does give access to MaxPax to get a fourth, so fourth is on the way. Storm is massing as well. For the most part, MaxPax is in control of this game. It's going to come down to Clem to capitalize on a mistake, on a misstep. Oh, he's making it up. I mean, we alluded to it with Macville accelerators, but yes, Clem, he is going to go Mass Cyclone. We're making it up. I mean, Gumiho, is that you? Gumiho. Clem, he's embracing the mech. He's fallen to the dark side. Not you two. First Bjorn, then Maru, now Clem. Oh, the mech, papi. Oh, the mech. MaxPax gearing up. Getting ready for his assault here at the third. I mean, again, there's no tanks yet. There's a very low Cyclone count. Does get into the mineral line. Liberator has arrived. From here, just nice mining. No major damage. Clem is holding. And he does hold on. And he will punish. Yeah, the Cyclones, they maintain their lock on. They go for the Archon. The Archon should go down, just barely. Better trades here for Clem. They're bullying the army. Yo, let's go. Fall behind, doesn't matter. We have Mass Cyclone. Zealous, they try to catch the army out. Going in for a flank. They pick up a couple of Cyclones. But the base is maintained. Still has the economy. 4 CCs on the way. Clemmy's back in this. Clemmy's back in this game. He did trade well for himself. Maintained his base. Getting the 4th. The 4th should be the gold, so he's going to have a boosted economy. And from this position, he can push in towards the bases of MaxPax. Let's go. We're making it up. Drop into the natural. Storm popping up. The storms, I mean, they do decent damage here to the army. Another storm as well. But the Cyclones, they survive, they kite back. Sure, they take some damage to the storms, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, they overwhelm. And Clem, he's done it. He breaks through the main army, takes down all the Zealots, takes down the High Templar. It's one of those things where storms, they tickle these mech units more so than against Bio. Prism goes down. Zealots, they bust into the bases. They're getting some damage done. They force Clem back home. They force him back home. Getting more SCV kills. 10, 11, 12 SCVs. Getting 13, 14. Oh my god. 14 S, 15 SCVs going down. Jesus. They get a full mineral line. Nice run by there from Max. Actually does delay the move out, and he needs time to build up back at home. It's time to build up his gateway army. Ay, ay, ay. So again, a very successful Zealot drop there and Zealot run by from MaxPax. Trying to recover. What do you need against this? We need Mass Charge Lot, Archon, and Immortal. So MaxPax, he's getting there. Again, it does feel like it was a late realization that it was going to be mech. Storm gets 1 Cyclone. Clem rotating over. MaxPax, he is slowing the game down, which is important. Like, he needs time to gather his thoughts and to gather his army, to refine his composition. MaxPax is getting there. I'm still not convinced by him being this assertive, though. Does Storm, does Zone. Oof. And does catch a couple of Cyclones. A couple of Cyclones go down. Lock-ons, they snipe the Immortal. Two snipe the Immortals, second Robo's on the way, getting to more Immortals, getting into ideally Disruptors as well. Just the Zone. Just the Zone the army. They're massing on more Cyclones. At the same time, drop here towards the natural. Clem not quite in position. No turrets. No setup. Uh-oh. Prison's moving in. Prison does push forward. Yeah, Zelda dropping to the natural. Warping into the main. Clem out of position. Blackrat's nice Storm. He has the high ground. And MaxPax does that position. Clem. Storm's popping up, zoning back the army. 20 SCV kills, 23. Oh my god. Yeah, and Clem is just being torn apart. He's being torn apart here. He's stuck pushing up a ramp into the Protoss, into his own bases. And with that, he's just getting bullied. Yeah, he will lose everything. The Cyclones, they go down one after the other. At the same time, every SCV is falling. The natural on fire. The third base, GG as well. And MaxPax, he will take the game. He will extend his lead. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, it was a very strong start from MaxPax. He took a lead from the early game, from the initial opener. Clem had a really hard time as his drop was denied, as he was contained as well. He was able to claw his way back into it by getting into his own Cyclone production. He did take one initially good fight, but we saw that the Zealot Rumbites and Zealot drops were brutal. They were just tearing him apart. Unlike your typical bio composition, you cannot load up and you cannot drop to respond. You cannot like boost to respond to these drops, to these Rumbites. Alas, there was nothing in position and he was torn apart. Showcasing that going for this kind of mech style, you are vulnerable here to these Rumbites, to these drops. GG. At least without turrets. That's probably the big misstep there from Clem. If you're going for a mech composition, then side defense is even more important, just because your army is less mobile. And unfortunately, there was no side defense there to delay or to deter the prism. No sensor towers either. GG. GG will play it. With that, we're getting into game number 4, and we'll see if MaxPax can claim the series here and now. Let's go. Let us go. Yeah, he was just torn apart. Like this, because the Zealots got into the bases, it forced Clem to react to that. Likewise, he rotated with his army. Clem was stuck on the low ground. Like that, it all just fell apart. All just fell apart. And with that, here we go. We're getting to our next game and spawning in the top right hand corner here of Tokamak. We have the Danish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming, leading the series 2-1 and 1 game away from claiming the series and becoming our PiGosaur Cup champion. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the French Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Here we go. And of course, the game did begin with Clem failing to scout the tech and failing to scout the Stargate. Did allow for MaxPax to have a very clean and very strong start to the game, which allowed him to gain map control and snowball from there. Here, coming into game number 4, we'll see what Clem goes for this time. Now, I will say that it's going to be more difficult to hide your tech, so most likely, no Stargate. Like, Stargate openers are more common on torches because the rush is by air, but also because you can deny scouting because there's no cliff into the main. Here, very different. Here, there's a cliff face, so we should be seeing a different kind of tech structure. We should be seeing just Blink out of MaxPax, Blink-based opener. Meanwhile, Double Gas out of Clem. He's opening up Double Gas. Now, do we go back into Banshee play? We saw attempted Banshee last game, but he was denied by the Phoenixes. So we could see Banshees again. True. Good to see it. Meanwhile, big shout to King TQD in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to the community. Thank you so much. Gifted sub to Gemini GGE Mini. Oh my god. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Do appreciate the support. Thank you so much for the sub, and I hope you appreciate the content, the casting of the StarCraft. Hope you appreciate it. As we are getting into potentially the final game of the series. I mean, I'm hoping for an ace match. I'm hoping for a game 5, but the pressure is now on Clem. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, hello. For the first time this series, Rax not into Reactor, Rax into Tech Lab into, I would imagine, add-on swap. Technically, this can lead into Marauder as a Marauder-based opener, but not going for the add-on swap here. Okay, so a much more aggressive, much more tech-heavy start here out of Clem. Much more. There we go. Opening up early Cyclone. And we are waiting for the Starport. Starport now on the way as well. This can lead into early Cyclone, into Cyclone drop. Technically, this can lead Cyclone into tank, into early tank production, into an early tank push, into an early all-in. Remember, CC is on the way. Is expanding. Meanwhile, Twilight Council out of MaxPax, which again we expected here on Tokamak. Hallucination does get a full scout, does confirm the early Cyclone, going for the add-on swap. Oh my god, are we rushing into as fast as possible Banshee play? Looks like the answer is yes. So insanely fast Banshee play here out of Clem. Remember, Tech Lab from the Rax into Cyclone, into add-on swap, denying the scout. And here come the Banshees. Again, you can't really get faster Banshees than this. And it's on MaxPax to scout. He's moving out with the Hallucination. He needs to confirm. Does need to confirm. Oh. He's deflected. Yeah, Cyclone does deflect. Clem, he's gearing up. Oh, ooh, and he does confirm. Yeah, big moment. Big scout here from MaxPax. He sees, he knows. Immediately Robo. Robo immediately going to be thrown down. We're also going to need shield batteries in the bases. Shield battery in the main, shield battery in the natural. There we go. Shield batteries are on the way. So far, good scout, good reaction out of MaxPax. Again, this was meant to be a surprise, but this is meant to be hidden. Clem, fails to hide it. And MaxPax is getting ready. He is getting ready back at home. We'll see what Clem can get done. See in the chat, Hero's not been appearing in these for a while. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks, but this is in line with what happened last year. If you remember, Hero before Esports World Cup last year, Hero, I want to say he took a month. He took a month off from playing in online tournaments to prepare for the event. So he just took a month, like doing nothing but customs and like practicing builds and getting ready for the event. So I would imagine that that's happening here as well. I would imagine. This happened last year. As we dive on top of the tank, first tank, it does go down. Very nice pick up here by MaxPax. He's just completely shutting this down. Ay. Double Banshee here in towards a third. Remember, MaxPax, he did scout the Banshee play. Should be ready for it. Should be ready. Very nice kiting here to MaxPax, just shutting down the main army. Banshees, they do hit the bases. Where's the Observer? The Observer's in the main, not at the natural. There we go, Banshees are revealed. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4 probe kills. MaxPax somewhat in position, but workers are still going down. Yeah, late reaction, late pull away, wasn't in position. So the main armies do clash. MaxPax catching out the Raven. Yeah, Raven goes down. So does the Cyclone. So does the tank. And with that, Clem is falling apart. He gets 8 probes, which is nice, but he will lose everything across the map. How many tanks? 3. 3 tanks, a Raven, and a Cyclone. Everything goes down. And how do we defend? There's nothing here. There's 1 tank, 1 Marauder, no bunker. There is some SimCity. Oh, he dives in. Yeah, he dives on the tank. Tank goes down. Boys are being pulled. And MaxPax, he's going for the kill, going for the throats. Again, Clem had a cheeky build here in Game 4, but GG gets called, and MaxPax, he will overwhelm. He will take the series 3-1, becoming this week's PiGosaur Cup champion. GG. Ooh, GG, well played. Again, this build was heavily reliant on hiding it, on keeping it hidden, on keeping it away from the prying eyes of the pro. Also, MaxPax, he was able to go for the second hallucination. He was able to rescout, able to confirm. With that, he was ready for the Banshees, more or less. He was also ready for the early tank push. He was in the center of the map, on the high ground, ready and waiting for Clem. And he just shut him down. Then there. GG, well played. MaxPax does claim the series. Congratulations. Congratulations here to MaxPax. My condolences to Clem. That is 2 weeks in a row, specifically in the PiGosaur Cup, that MaxPax has brought Clem down. GG. GG, well played. Both players have had their own strong moments in this series. Like, again, Game 1 was crazy. Like, Game 1, Clem was looking dominant. But it did come down to the builds here, coming into Game 2, 3, and 4. Like, I'm still thinking about Torches, for example, where Clem wasn't able to scout the Stargate, so he had a really shaky early game as he failed to scout, as he was contained, as he was shut down. So just, yeah, really rough game on Torches. Likewise here, also got scouted. So I should also emphasize, shout out to MaxPax for scouting when he needed to, and also denying the scout of Clem when he needed to as well. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here. And with that, MaxPax is going to be our champion, and we are going to be wrapping up here for the morning. Let's go. Let us go. That is us wrapping up here. We have concluded our events for the week. Again, if you want some more StarCraft, if you enjoyed the broadcast, this is the PiGosaur Cup. It is a weekly tournament. Every single week, for the most part, we do have a PiGosaur Cup. And of course, it was once on Tuesdays, now it's on Wednesdays, Wednesday morning. As you can see here on the schedule, we just wrapped up with our one and only cast today. Again, we do try to have 2 afternoons off. Last week and the week before that, we weren't able to. Like, we were just so busy and so swamped with casting. And if we wanted to, we could cast twice a day, every single day. But we're taking it a little bit easy. We're taking it a little bit easy here. We're still casting on a daily basis, but you know, we have some afternoons off, at least some afternoons off. As a reminder, of course, our next cast here on the channel should be DreamHack Dallas replay cast. That's going to be tomorrow. Basically, for those that know, we were here casting DreamHack Dallas live. We were one of the B streams. We were the side stream covering DreamHack Dallas live here on the channel. But despite that, despite us casting, despite the mainstream casting, there were a lot of games during the open stage that were never casted because there were just so many matches happening at once. There was just so many matches all happening at once, so a bunch of series were never casted. So we do have those replays, and we're going to be casting them here and now. It is a month late. It is a month after the fact. True, is a month later, but they've never been casted, so we're going to jump in. We're going to jump into that DreamHack Dallas cast to catch up on those matches. We have the Pwn cast tomorrow evening. That is going to be our weekly talk show where we catch up on all things StarCraft. And I do have a lot of interviews to catch up on. I have to catch up on the Fear Dragon interview. I have to catch up on the Star Zagora interviews as well. And I want to say there was another StarCraft historian interview as well. So there's a lot to catch up on. I'll do my best to cover all those interviews and to cover all the weekly news. We have the Galaxy Open Cup on Friday. That's also going to be our another semi-regular open tournaments. We'll see how regular it becomes. And we have Home Story Cup over the weekend. We are going to be one of the side streams for Home Story Cup, most likely going to be the official B stream. And finally, players have been announced. I believe it was this morning, less than 24 hours ago. Players were announced for Home Story Cup, and for the most part, I think there's one slot missing. But players have been announced, and that is going to be an intense weekend of StarCraft. Oh boy. Hopefully we can get enough rest for it. Hopefully we can rest up for Home Story Cup. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be beautiful. Let's go. Let us go. Okay. Suelta tu ga, papi ga. Sí, papi, sí. Ay, ay, ay. El machico. Here we go. Yeah, of course. Are you casting Home Story Cup? Yes, that's what I was just mentioning. Yes, we are going to be casting Home Story Cup. It's going to be over the weekend, so we're going to be all over that as well. So again, a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for supporting. With that, we're going to be wrapping up for the time being, and again, we'll be back tomorrow with some DreamHack Dallas replay coverage on the matches that never got casted. So again, we won't be covering like the playoffs or anything. We already did that. We already casted the playoffs. That's the VODs are all on YouTube, right? If you missed out on our coverage of DreamHack Dallas, or our coverage of the EWC qualifiers, or our coverage of I Am Katowice, or any events, again, we do cast more than anyone else out there. We have all the content, we have the quantity, and we have some of the quality as well. So you can check us out over on YouTube, !YouTube, !socials in the chat. We do upload on YouTube on a daily basis. We also stream on YouTube at the same time as Twitch, so all the VODs are available on YouTube. We also stream on TikTok, we stream on Facebook, and we stream on Kick. So we stream on all things Cranky Ducklings. So thank you so much. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. And again, we're going to be wrapping up for the time being, and we'll be back tomorrow for some DreamHack Dallas content. I'm going to go quickly get some food, and I did make a promise yesterday. I'm a little bit fatigued and I haven't gotten any food, but we're going to head off for the time being. I'm going to be going live on my personal channel with some StarCraft. It's been like 2 weeks. It's been a while. I rarely get time to ladder. As you can imagine, just because we're so busy casting, I rarely get time to ladder, rarely get time to stream. So I'm going to be having a cheeky ladder session over on my own personal channel, so you can follow me there if you wish. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hope you have a great rest of your week, and I hope you enjoy Home Story Cup over the weekend as well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys either tomorrow for some more casting, or we'll see you in a couple of minutes over on the ladder. See you then. Papi, see you then. Thanks for watching. Hasta luego.